All right, guys, let's dive into the first form of optimization, SKU optimization. So SKU optimization is done whenever there are multiple SKUs inside of an ad group or a campaign. Basically, what we want to do is we want to find the SKUs that are underperforming and we want to pause them because we want to direct traffic to the SKUs that are performing. So let's say we have a target of 40% ACOS, and inside of an ad group, we have 4 or 5 different SKUs. Some of those SKUs might be doing really, really well, 40% or less. Some of them might be doing really poorly, much higher than 40%. So we want to identify the ones that are underperforming and direct traffic away from them and gear the traffic towards the ones that are doing really well. So I have a campaign that's open over here. And as you can see, this campaign is doing pretty well. We have an ACOS over here of this particular variation of 44.23. Now, let's say my target was 40%. If my target is 40%, I can choose to pause this particular SKU and direct traffic to the other 4 SKUs, which may be a good idea because these are performing really, really well as compared to this SKU, this variation. Okay, so now if I go into PPC Entourage, you're going to see that SKU optimization is a tab inside of each individual campaign. This is the campaign name. Here we are inside of SKU optimization. Now for this campaign, I've set the target to 40% ACOS. So Entourage is going to give me information based on that target threshold, okay? It's essentially telling me for this ad group, and I can click on any one of these ad groups, but I'm going to focus in on the same ad group that I had open with Seller Central. It's telling me that only one of them is underperforming. It's the same thing that we were talking about inside of the Seller Central. This is going to highlight it in red and say this SKU is underperforming compared to the ACOS target. Now, I understand that this really could take a lot of time. Imagine if you had to go into each different ad group, you had to hunt and you had to peck each, one at a time. It's really going to be a time-consuming thing. And this is how SKU optimization was born, because I was going through all of these different ad groups across hundreds of campaigns. I had multiple ad groups, and I was finding the ones that were underperforming, and I was pausing them. I was like, damn, this is taking hours and hours and hours. So now inside of Entourage, what you can do is you can simply go from ad group to ad group and see which ones are underperforming and which ones are not, and then go ahead and make those decisions. Also know that the most important thing is we have SKU optimization in our bulk editor. So you can load up all of your campaigns and all of your ad groups at once, and then find the ones that are going to be highlighted in red, and then in one quick, swift action, you can pause all of the ones that are underperforming. So let's say you set the SKU optimization and bulk optimization to 50. We look at all the campaigns, all of the ad groups, and find all of the SKUs inside of those ad groups that are underperforming at 50% ACOS or higher. These are the ones that are bleeding you the most amount of money. Then we can simply just select and pause, and I will show you guys that later. But for this video, just know that SKU optimization, super simple. We're directing stuff towards the good, we're directing traffic, directing our ad spend towards the good SKUs, and we're directing traffic away from the ones that are underperforming.